they run
Radiant's turn to ban.
你这么菜，你的队友不会生
running
气吧，
Dota.
哥哥？
我不理解。
But the game is gonna start now, so let's take a look at what they end up doing. First off, EG's gonna ban the Magnets. They don't want to mess around with Empower carry stuff. If he didn't have Empower last game, Jug would have been ahead, but not like really ahead. Roshin would have been much harder. He would have lost about 30% there as well, and he would have been forced into more of like a traditional item that farms you well, but doesn't get you from camp fast like a. So that's gonna be off the table.
Ban.
I know, right? Just two very, very big powerhouse teams. Storm Spirit again banned this time. I do not want to allow Abed to have this hero quite highly.
10 seconds.
You can beat it in lane, certainly, and gank it sometimes if you have the right matchups.
5
But like
seconds
after
remaining.
that point, dealing with a Storm definitely becomes, especially for your support. Just know that you're always going to get going on, and so it makes their playstyle much harder. I wonder if they just want to get it out of the pool. Their advanced stuff.
That's what I was wondering too. Storm Spirit, or you allow the enemies, right, to pick up. You need to make sure you have a very specific set of heroes that can deal with it. Lockdown, and that you don't have. It just adds another layer of things that you don't want to have to worry about. And again, it is just a very good hero, right?
Yeah, it definitely. So maybe getting that out of there for OG, their bases a bit. EG just do the old ban the heroes they picked last game method. So this is going to allow a lot of strong heroes in the Snapfire's these are the heroes that are going to make it.
Remaining.
One of them will not probably. Snapfire, Tiny, Monkey King are the most obvious one. Tiny ends up getting banned as the solution. So EG gets first pick. Will they go again, or will they grab a?
Give the monkey to OG, I guess is the. You give them their spirit animal,
That's
basically,
true.
because that's a Thompson special right there. We've seen stuff land. It's so versatile. Yeah, they don't want to let it go into the hand.
Still flexible in the draft. OG can go for Snaptide dueling. They're very effective. What I feel like I've seen other teams open up in this circumstance, but maybe they have maybe some other mad scientist drafts.
10 seconds.
Approximate game circumstance.
I mean, it feels like forever since
5 seconds remaining.
It's just been a long year.
It has, yeah.
Period. I'm off. They've been working on, redeveloping themselves. And this time they're going to go for the IO.
Force the up. So they're going to go for an IO strat. A lot of the times I've seen IOs, it's always like the first pick. See if they do their pairing. Almost every team that I've seen who opened up IO first, they'd go second with it. It's the IO plus Storm because it's a great combo. Unfortunately for OG, they picked Storm. Maybe this is why EG was like, Monkey's going to
5 seconds remaining.
The IO Storm combo. Or they could pick their IO pairing, or be more flexible.
Like most of the teams that we saw yesterday, especially Chinese teams, they did not put a priority on up the pairing right off the bat. Kind of forces, Evil Geniuses hero pool, like, okay, they have an IO, and IO has to pair with something, and then you have to immediately now decide what is something that I don't want to see. And luckily, with Storm being taken out, the Tiny as well, and they just go straight up for the Tree Protector.
All heals and saves, basically.
All day, baby.
Trian obviously has great lane pressure if he wants to, or he can work it well. So, but very similar principle. Healing your allies, healing your towers, saving them generally. And they're going to go for some tower push with Lycans. Great common pairing that we've been beginning of TI. Everybody knows Lycan is good since last patch. He's a little bit weaker now, but still very effective in this turn when paired with these melee carries that already are going to have a good. The Overlord, then you buy the Ags, and then turn your already strong melee carry into a Wolf melee carry who has max movement speed and 40% damage increase with some chance to like steal back and forth. It's a good strat. And it's going to be effective no matter what the rest of their draft.
Absolutely wild too when you're seeing the wolf monkey jumping from tree to tree, and then all of a sudden, surprise, there you are. But a pretty classic ban when you have heal kind of strat going on. They ban it. Still, other things that can definitely be effective against.
10 seconds.
Scotty's very, very popular. Vessel thing. Another thing too to keep in mind, since they do look like they're going harder for the push this time. Free armor is going to make it where you have to fully commit, generally speaking, to taking a tower, or else it's just
Yeah. With that said, though, they're gonna have really strong Lycans. So, and a lot of it is just like clearing creep
The
waves. So if you can clear the
Dire
creep
get a
waves, especially
ban.
safely, like Lycan can waves with his summons. Push the creep waves, let the creeps get on the tower. Tower will be. But it is nice to have the tree armor to be able to offset that without having to fully, because that's what's so strong about like Lycan and other summon based split push heroes. You can summon somewhere to do your dirty bidding while you still can kind of play with your team. So having tree to offset that isn't going to feel the worst G, I don't think. But the one negative about their support duo right now is typically the case with them is that they don't pressure the lane very well. You can definitely pressure Lycan. I think that part's going to be okay because tree does have some good offensive. But usually a lot of the Lycan lanes we end up seeing, they just put some like blah hero with it. And then the other lane's like, well, we don't have to worry too much. We'll also put a blah hero here. And then just nothing. They both just farm. So if they can pressure him out of lane and maybe slow him down a bit, it could be nice. But from what we've seen so far, with no team really aiming for that, my assumption is getting this farm.
Now, I'm curious with what they've got going on here. You've got the Eye, you've got the Treant. They took out the Ancient. Is this possible that we're going to be seeing a Morph Link added onto all?
It would look good considering the AA is banned. Some teams even were banning A in the first was for some series we caught. There's the other common support, the Snapfire. Fine.
Dire's banned now.
But they've got both supports already, so it makes the best one. Tide gets banned here.
我不理
They
解，
ban out
我不理解。
Bristleback and the Troll as well. Troll would have been fantastic against Lycan for mischance / blind. Whether or not it's a monkey 4 or a monkey 1, either way, the mischance
Dire's turn to pick.
would have been nice against guys. And finally, a Batrider ban. So they go for Gyro as the IO combo.
And again, we see the IO and the Gyro, so usually that's exactly the pairing, right? There's always the chance with OG we're going to see something completely crazy. But what would you say the percentage
10
chances that
seconds.
rendered straight up?
Gyro. I would say
5
relatively
seconds
high.
remaining.
It's a pretty good Gyro game. Flat Cannon against Lycan Wolves on the stage is cool. Good way to basically cover your support a little bit from that Lycan damage, because once you get them to like half HP, any like hero that summons in the lane, like Enigma or whatever, it's all about just like lowering the HP of the summons. Can't harass any. Whichever one you attack, they run that one away. Well, it's like a game, but Flax is just gonna like get them all pretty low. We'll push the lane also, but you know, ultimately taking the pressure off could allow them to pressure.
Radiant's turn to pick.
Because it could be tops and mid playing it, but that's not really that common. I think it's just much. It hasn't had the highest win rate. We have seen. We did see one very successful IO Gyro. It looks like it'll be all right.
Turn to pick. Silencer.
Silencer and Ember though for each ban last game phase. Said then, Hobbits had some good 3 games, 3 wins. So it'll be great for poke. The limiting mobility of the enemy squad. Silencer is going to be great for offsetting
10 seconds.
counter initiation or potentially saving yourself.
5 seconds
Could be
remaining.
impactful. Delay tree armor, delay overcharge,
Growth, which
a lot
is
of
the big one,
overthink.
yeah.
Call down.
That's
my favorite way to call it.
That's not a thing. I guess it makes sense though because it is overhead. Silencer, no, everybody knows. I hate this hero so much. I hate him so much. He's the anti-fun hero. We have this beautiful game called Dota 2 where you're different heroes and press spells, and Silencer's just like, nope, you don't get to do that.
Did
just
you
have to
play Dota when Silencer had the last? That was the.
God, that
His
sounds
aura was
like hell.
every time you cast a spell, you were silenced for like 3 seconds. It was an aura.
Mhm.
It was like every fight, you're like, cast a spell, sit around. Cast a spell, sit around. It was. Thank God they removed that.
Got stupid hats in. But you know, one of the things I was talking with Fogged about is a lot of the silence
Radiant's
saying,
turn
you
to
know,
bat.
he's good for the laning
Yes,
stage, right? He's very good and
Yeah.
able to
这么
kind of,
菜
you
这
know,
么
put
菜
that
的队友不会
harass
生
out.
气吧，哥哥
But once we get into the later game, run into all these neutral items that are able to remove all of his spells. No problem for
Yeah.
the most. So it feels like right now Evil Genius place a lot of early pressure onto the map. But
10
when you look at what they have
seconds.
too, they've got the D push over on OG. You've got, of course, the Tree and Protector. I feel
5
like that's going to
seconds
be a
remaining.
bit difficult.
Yeah, they might not be able to like pressure towers really effectively, but their ability to like poke and skirm. You basically just want to maneuver and look for the right opening, and the moment that OG is about to be in a, that's when you go. That's going to stop even things. But what's really cool now about the OG draft is you got somebody playing a core. The IO tree or Tusk are hitting creeps. If I had guessed, I would say Tusk 3, which we did see Beast Coast play around with. And I went on this, like, it took about 15 minutes of the total cast time, but I talked about how cool Tusk Eggs is, and you just never built the damn thing. This game, it's actually still a decent Eggs game. They have dive heroes, Lycan and Monkey King. Tusk Eggs legitimately is pretty. It's like a 10-second cooldown. The kick range isn't like half the map like it used to be, but it's very easy to cast now. It's not based on where your 2 heroes choose the direction you kick. It's how kicks work, guys. Obviously.
But who's he kicking this time?
Monkey King. After Monkey King jumps in, initiates, pops BKB, you kick that bastard back into the tree. And yeah, he's going to come back because he's got good mobility. But if he dove in that way in the first place, Primal Springs, if it's Lycan, it's going to take him 2 or 3 seconds to run. It's legitimately good. If I don't see it one time at TI, despite Tusk being picked,
10 seconds.
You gonna put something on the line with that? Are you just gonna say mad, or are you gonna actually like bet something here?
I'd be mad and bad. Me saying it on broadcast is already betting. What are you talking about? So
I'm just saying, if you were Kyle, you would make sort of outlandish bet right here, right now.
No, people force Kyle to say and do.
No, nobody forces him to say anything. Kyle just says things.
Kyle does Kyle. And
I think he was running around naked in the snow.
Allegedly. I didn't see it. Don't want to see it. And if it was my mind, I would be.
Now that you all have that beautiful image in your head.
Tusk 3 is being dabbled with a bit. We saw Beast Coast play it. They went for a Treads, I believe, into Echo Saber, into Solar Crest, into Halberd. I would love to see somebody fit an Ags in there, probably as a second item. But maybe you won't see it. Maybe it's just Tusk support. Maybe it's going to be the IO3 that's been rumored, but I haven't seen it played yet on main stage. Teams are trying it in pubs and wherever else, but I think it's more likely.
This would be the team to do it.
It would. I think, and it again, it could also be. Yeah, it's one of those two. It's probably IO or Tusk guarantee. It could be Tree 3 kind of. They're gonna grab an Ursa, so no matter what happens, like laning against the safe lane is gonna feel weird, and that's because Ursa's looking at this. He's like, IO 3, I'll fight that. Tree 3, I'll fight that. Tusk 3, I can fight that too. Tusk 3 is a little bit more dangerous, but Ursa's certainly.
10 seconds.
See, has to deal with tag team issue. Tag team could be scary, but
5 seconds
ice shards
remaining.
perilously to be able to get off their shot. But that's a little spooky. Silencer Ursa looks, but if they go on the Silencer, definitely kill it. And Face the Void's their last pick. Guaranteed lockdown. The fast lycanthropes.
All right, moment of truth. Come on, tell me what this 3 is over for the side of OG. Geniuses is fairly cut and dried.
They do 4, by the way, so a air lycan, werebear, that's pretty terrifying. Crit on a max movement Ursa that it also attacks max attack speed. It's like insane. That's really spooky. I haven't seen this combo yet. It's going to be an IO3.
Off lane.
Let's playing it. So 4 position Tusk. We're not going to see an Ags. I'm glad I brought it up again. And
someday, buddy, it's going to happen.
Eventually,
it's going to happen. And then you know what? He's going to kick that IO so far that he's not going to be able to come back to the fight. And you're going to have this moment.
That's true. God. There it is. Finally, Tree plus Faces Void as a safe lane against the Lycan Monkey. That should give Void some really Leech Seed and armor, depending if they need it. I like that. Tops and mid gyro. That's a little bit wacky too, but against an Ember Spirit, it's probably going to be fine. He should be able to farm relatively fast, push out the creep waves with Rocket Barrage and Flat Cannon. He's going to cost him as much, like he won't as normal. And then later on, IO can pair whoever he wants. He's going to save stuff. He's going to be able to get Greaves a lot faster due to B3, so he's going to have silence if somebody gets gone on. He's always locate. So I think there's some really good things about what OG's lineup can do in the mid game. Lane stuff, I don't want to be IO against an Ursa. He does have good base movement speed. It's not necessarily the worst. Tusk has save potential, shards, and snowball, so Soxa should be able to stabilize IO.
I don't want to be an IO against an Ursa, and I don't want to be an IO against a Silencer who's just...
Yeah, but you're going to plink him back. And the other nice thing is he's going to tether Tusk. They're going to do tag team to get this bonus right click, and then they're going to overcharge. Both of them have like 50 extra attack speed. So the tag team damage is actually going to be...
You also want to be careful not to get overly aggressive against an Ursa. Well, but perhaps if the
Thanks.
silencer.
All right, so making their way across the map. Let's see if they get anything
Keep it PMA, keep it
Other-
BSJ.
other than pausing, of course.
So what do you think? Are we over under 20 minutes for this? Actually, let's say 30, right? Are we over under 30 minutes for this? The last one was incredibly fast.
You talk
This
more.
one's gonna be over 30 minutes, I think. Neither lineup is like ready. Well, okay, the one lineup that could like death push, there's a little potential on EG because of Lycan, but OG is more likely. They've got IO, they've got tower hitter, that kind of. They've got lots of heals. Those lineups usually will
这么
function
菜的
well
队友不
for
生，你这么菜的队友不
mega
生
pushing.
气吧，哥哥。
So I could definitely see. It could happen, but I think it's much. Unless somebody like blows the other out of the lane, should be a bit of a longer. Both teams gonna pick creep. Can't
Everyone
wait.
very, very excited, of course, for this match. Love to see a very hype
30
match. and
seconds to
perhaps one
battle.
now that we've said this, of course, we're going to have like a 90-something minute game.
We prayed too hard for a
Prayed
longer
too
game.
hard and they gave it to us. Be careful. No. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good stuff. Seb already starting that BM like he likes to do, being sassy, dropping sprays. So you can hear our lovely crowd hearing
they're excited.
softly in our ears
It's
right now.
a big match. Kind of a cool itemization for Fly right away. Rush the buckler, instant buckler, 3 armor for himself, 2 for his allies.
And we're clear for running.
Help the laning stage Sumail be Jingu'd up here by crit with Venom, and now maybe hits. 1 more hit.
Trig.
2 more hits. 3 more.
Turn to start punching right back at Crit here. No-Tail doesn't seem to care at this point as Crit bouncing, pogoing away.
All right, moment they back is when he slaps him 1 time on the booty.
Slow again. Look at No-Tail. Come back here, Crit. All right, fine.
No
Fine.
booty slap.
No booty slap. Sorry, Purge. None of that. Is headed off to their respective lanes.
Get any salt in your lungs?
Hobson's gonna have a bit of a damage this. It's already gotten 1 creep enough. About 9 behind. Gyro's damage classically very low compared to a lot of other creeps. He's gonna have to do stuff like this. Use Rocket Barrage to help him get a last hit. Get some of them. He's fine.
Quiet just off that here. Seb just tethered up to one of the creeps.
On my watch.
That creep
Keep the
limit.
distance. Keep the distance
So-
too. Crit top lane, putting a lot of this harass out. Immediately getting dished back. I love these lanes. I love because they're like so aggressive. They're just
Yeah.
slapping each other back and forth.
Love lane fights till he dies. It's the RTZ taking quite a bit of damage so far from all those attacks from Fly trying to stabilize him a bit. I think this is why he went for the buckler actually. It's because they're a little bit concerned about the tag team damage because they are going to attack really fast with over. It's giving RTZ more armor. It's kind of similar in the headdress vein is that he's just going to help stabilize him. He's got 10% more HP from any regen he gets basically, and also from. So it's just going to help keep him alive and stabilized in the lane because Silencer can't really stop them from. He doesn't have a stun. In some ways they're slightly countered in this matchup. But if EG does get some space, gets a pick off here, they can definitely get a kill. They're fighting bottom.
Are indeed, but again, it's very difficult to get overly aggressive against something like an Ursa. Very, very powerful during the laning phase. Those stacks up as well, so.
He went for really early overpower here.
Yeah.
Most Ursas don't do this. They go Earthshock instead because it allows them to secure last hits, but with overpower being only 30 mana, it kind of guarantees that not only can he get some of these last hits that he slaps a couple times, he spends less time getting ready to last hit, and in these very small skirmishes like these 1 second, half-second trades, he's doing much better for damage output because normally you just beat anybody with Ursa, right? You hit him enough, but you don't want to fight for 5 seconds against a tag team. It's just way too dangerous. So this build adjustment is really, I like it for him.
Despite all the slapping that we've had back and forth, still a fairly quiet game. I think we didn't see the first blood until about, what, 3 minutes in or so?
Yeah.
But it's away.
RTZ in a little trouble bottom. Gets tag team sharded in. Sox is going to have to run away now. So they both lose regen, but naturally that's going to be way better for Soxa with the IO pairing. Basically a salve worth, and they're out of regen here. They're running some more out though. Salve, a Mask of Morbid Mass, sorry, coming for RTZ, and that's going to make a big difference here. Despite all this fighting, he's still gotten great last hits.
我不理解。
And now when he fights people in these big trades, he's going to get 50.
How worried are you if you're OG right now because of the fact that RTZ just, despite having this threat, still just farming very, very nicely? He is going to become a big problem.
It's fine. Like, they're still going even in the lane. I wouldn't necessarily say big problem yet. Like, Ursa's wrong hero.
He comes online faster is one thing that
he definitely can, for sure. But they've got some saves, they've got relocate, they've got heals, they're gonna have tree arm probably. Maybe not right now though. No-Tail actually went for the Leech Seed. Makes a lot of sense. Great for a trading ability. It's gonna heal both him and Void. It's gonna make trading with Monkey King feel so much easier.
Quiet in this middle lane. That Thompson's just backed off. He's going to try to do a little farming off to the side. No-Tail, a little bit careful here. Grasp just a tiny bit. But...
Seems fine. He's got Mangoes in the case, ready to do more Leech Seeds if he needs. Crit isn't going to get this like really nice abuse that Monkey King normally does with Jingu mastering Boundless Strikes, so that's all going fine.
Oh, bottom lane, Fly! Gonna end up being the first blood, but Sax follow, and RTZ just doesn't want to bother with Seb. He's just gonna continue to hit these creeps.
Okay, so they went the other way. Every other fight they were pressuring RTZ, now going on Silencer instead.
Top lane, 2 crit. Oh, there's a bash, and he's trying to negate some of this. Finds Boundless. Crit's gonna live.
A low chance of time lock catching him there, but hey, either way, good pressure. And frankly, if Seb lives for these fights and gets kills, he's... First blood was on the OG side, so they get a little bit more gold from that engagement. And he's approaching Holy Lock and only about 500. They're trading with RTZ again. Lost half HP.
Oh, the shards!
Soxa so ready for that perfect placement there, right in front of him when he's away. And this dual lane is so scary. With Orb of Venom as well, like his ability to just keep you out of position is strong. Can't fight it.
I have to say, Sox, every time that I watch this guy, I always feel like he's got something where I'm just like, wow, he's such a good player.
He is. Always been really...
You should rethink this.
Next level, very high in MMR.
Shards again. Seb tethering up here. Put out the spirits over onto RTZ. Snowball coming in. Are they going to go for this dive? It's like they're going to try to. It is a little far, that's for sure. Sox is going to take some tower damage. Seb, though, nearby has that tether. Right back up again.
Tower hit set him a bit even in that trade, but either way, RTZ just got back to the lane and he already loses 2/3 of his HP. Dodges the shard, so South keeps going at least. But things are looking okay for OG down here. The amount of pressure they're putting on are getting in behind in last hits now. 25 versus 59 of Seb. And the Holy Lock gets done at 6 minutes. Holy crap.
Is that a new record, do you think?
I feel like it's gotta be. He's got first blood plus a second kill. That's really quick.
IO too.
If it's IO3, it's definitely possible, but man, very quick. So now they just have this like insane wand advantage. And the charges come back every 10 seconds. So it's just getting way more wand charges than them, and the heal is going to be insane.
Crit the top lane. Grabbing the Leech Seed, but we're going to follow up because Abed makes his way to the top lane. Sees some mail, and that living armor. Not going to do anything here as he also throws out. They still high five, no hard feelings, but Abed will get himself a double kill.
Great rotation, very successful. That's the one lane they can definitely pressure. Tree's able to slow this down, but Ember being able to dive all the way. Double kill for Abed. It's going to accelerate him on.
Fly, he is trapped in the shards. He's trapped with Soxa and Seb, and it's yet another kill for the offlane IO.
Middle tower.
It's sinking.
Unit Mech, level 6 almost for IO now. And it just gets better. Every level, they get another tag team. Boom, more damage on Spirits as well, so he can farm as well as damage in these exact moments. See where RTZ goes. He's still sticking in the lane, and it's better for his teammates to take the damage than him, typically. Gonna go Treads here, not phase. Want attack speed as possible. Could mean that he's gonna spend a lot of time jungling versus laning because the lane is so hard. Treads is just an incredible jungle. Yes, compared to. And there's a relocate top.
There is a relocate top. Ice is not looking so lively. as he will get taken out by Saksa, and you can see Crit just bounces away, says, oh dear, I don't want anything to do with this. And they're just gonna go right back down to where they were.
That is so powerful. The fact that you can do that, like normally it's like you're bringing your carry somewhere. This is the off lane in the 4 who love to be active anyways. And then they just go on this Lycan who's supposed to be tanky and annoying to kill, and he just shredded like paper. Couldn't even tell the guy had armor.
Well, Wolves need no armor, but...
Definitely does this game against level 3 tag team.
Definitely does. I think I'm worried a little bit when I look at RTZ. You know, he is sticking up in the lane, but I feel like even if he were to leave, right, if he were to try to go in jungle, they would just continuously hunt him.
They certainly can. Go follow him in jungle. So it's definitely Saksa, something Saksa is going to likely do. He's got outs with Snowball and Shards. So yeah, if he does go jungle, they can pressure him. With that said, a little safer together.
He's continuously bouncing. Abed also with rotation and fly. This is going to be a dead no-tail. Very nice moves moving around here. Out here from ED. Definitely needed to start putting the pressure. But while they're doing that, Topson will put pressure on the middle tower. Teleport away, go back up top with the rest of the team. The call down, followed by the snowball over onto Ice with the tether. Ice, he's very, very fast. They need to find a way to contain this wolf, and they do have the missile. It's gonna take a while. It doesn't quite manage to outrun it. And there it is, the very satisfying thump right at the end.
Yeah, I just thought it was going to stun him, but he's maxed out Homing Missile, maxed out Rocket Barrage, maxed out Homing Missile. Didn't care about the Flat Cannon like we talked about because he wasn't in lane against the Lycan. He's just all about casting spells. Very
careful. Crits here, Abed's here, Flies here, and pretty soon Smail's not going to be here. Islands, one more hit, and down he goes.
Abed absolutely the one holding the game together for each because he's getting these great rotations after OG punishes so effectively, and he's got 4 of his team's kills so far. Gets the bottle refilled as well. It's going to keep on the map longer. He's got Maelstrom and Smell just dying a little bit here, unfortunately. But the rotations are very effective. And Smell, the lowest net worth core. But hey, the rest of the map, things are going well for OG. And even if Smel's a rough game, they've got another carry, baby. Gyro's going to transition.
High 5 in the mid lane. That rocket going right for the head.
And a little bit of a weirder item on Topson, but Drum. AoE movement speed item. It gives you HP and more mana pool, but most importantly, these charges are so effective, and speed is great on Gyro. He does so much damage with his spells that just positioning better is really advantageous, and he's looking for a kill.
Oh, he's definitely looking. Finds himself that Centaur. He's got his eyes on some bigger prizes, though. The call down. They've got their vision on Fly, so that will be able to finish him off. And now RTZ, though, joining into the fight. Those flash charges, the Ice, running away. Nice boundless though over on the back line, followed up with the overgrowth. In comes the Ember Spirit. Ice will fall. RTZ looking to get as much damage as they can. Can they get it? Oh no, it's a nice Chrono Spear coming out from Sumail. They'll be able to hold him right into place. Get the kill on RTZ.
He's alive.
And he's still alive. Crit though over on the back line, running for his life. They'll get the root over onto Tops, and he's somehow still alive. And they're chasing after Abed. They want this to fly jumping in. He's probably just going to die for this though. They turn right back around again. Get a nice high 5 off.
Shame.
And eventually, Fly. Gonna get hit with that missile. It's not even the missile necessary.
Oh, the fact that Topson was able to live during that fight was huge. Drum, I'm sure, made a big difference, but Ursa runs in. He pops his ulti, but Tree drops in Nature's Grass, so he lost the majority of that just trying to get into the fight. And Gyro target acquisitioning well, hits the back lines. You casted like 4 rocket barrages there. These things do like 600 magic damage per use. That's a finger of death dealt to heroes.
Yeah, we can see the replay over here. The way it opens up, that focusing over on Fly, they want to get rid of the silencer. In comes RTZ, and it's starting to look really good, right? He's starting to get some of these stacks of no-tail. Right in this position though, waiting so he can get that overgrowth off over onto Ice, and everyone else. So Ice. Chip down, Abed coming in, trying to just find his angle, and look at this Topson right over here on the side. Still manages though to stay alive thanks to this IO, thanks to the living armor.
What an engagement. They did that so well. Get the chase going. Silencer feels the need to TP to save his friend, and he ends up dying as well. And 2k gold advantage now for OG. EG still in it, certainly, but the fights have been going a little bit rough there. Certainly,
What exactly is going wrong in these fights for
I mean, the main thing for EG was just that it was good that they moved up there, but Silencer died right away. Basically got no effective spells off.
Starts.
Relocate as
Going
well.
for the reload. They do the global silence. Yeah, do find the kill on Thompson.
Oh, wow.
Nice find. Walrus punch over onto Arteezy. Not quite ready to go into this battle. Wants to farm.
And they see him TP in mid, so maybe they can make a move with this, knowing that he can't show up. They could go invade top potentially right now. Would be not. They did lose relocate. They lost Thompson. Thompson would be. It wouldn't be Thompson without the gyro diffusal blade, guys. So he's going for it. Drum into blade. Pretty weird, but it's good against a lot of their heroes. They're all like draining Ursa's mana, massive, right? No more overpowers. You can't Earthshock around the fight. He doesn't have a huge mana pool. Lycan, kind of similar things. No more wolves. Against Ember Spirit, also very good. Don't let him jump around in remnants too often if you do get a disable off. So that item can certainly be effective here. It's something that's going to allow him to do more mid-game impact than something like I'm going to slowly build Aghanim Scepter. Just a utility that's going to provide is really effective.
Oh, they do manage to knock down the tree, so.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Nice, Mort.
Keep it PMA. Keep
Taunt
it
one another.
PSG.
Build is cool on No-Tail as well. Maxing out Leech Seed. More AoE heal, which if it hits the person that's dying, they're going to be saved. And if it also hits Io, it's like a freaking mech.
It's so good.
It's literally better than a mech in terms of healing output. If he Leech Seed's a guy that's killing his gyro. It's a really smart pivot here for No-Tail.
Feels like they're trying to bait Soxa. Punch, he's got the living armor, and this is looking like Fly needs to get out of there much faster. Rolls right past him. They'll get the kill on the Silencer.
And sweet.
Kurt's just hoping they're not going to look too closely to these.
Dire's middle tower is under
It's good for him to have
pressure.
vision anyways. That way that they can spot to see where what they're doing next after the kill. That's why these wolves are here, for example. But they spread out, get their works done.
你这么菜，你的队友不会生气吧，哥
Been
哥？
delivered now to the gyro
The
counter.
courier here. Oh, yeah, I
He
love
wants it. Yeah, he manages to get it.
Maybe
He's gonna get two. Chase him.
Three hits.
Get him. No. Oh, this little puppy. He's a little too wounded. But they go right into the Roche pit on the side of OG. Diffusal blade completed now for the Ursa, but no one's going to be able to get here in time. It's just going in way too fast.
I was like looking at items and stuff, and then I look at Roche, it's like a sliver of HP left. But they bought the medallion on Seb as the third item. They have tag team for damage. They've got diffusal, which is a lot of damage.
Dire's top
Easy
tower
Roche kill.
is about to
We get this
take
courier
the
too.
blood.
Anything bottom monkey, there's a bit booster on it, so that's going to delay
Ooh.
his spirit vessel. He didn't quite have it finished. Not the end of the world, but still a good kill. They
Still
backdoor
hurts.
the tier 1. No-Tail's looking a little dead though.
Yeah, No-Tail's not looking healthy, so themselves an opening.
Surprised he almost ulted there. That definitely would have been a mistake.
Yeah.
There's no getting out of that one. Oh, relocate top.
Okay, coming in hot. Find ice. There's going to be the global silence, but the male running right on over here wants this kill. Io tethering right on in, and it's a dead Lycan.
Man, that's a great usage for a global silence, is just stopping the relocate everything. Don't let them get those easy setups. In reality, they're just trying to do it a little safer. So
你这么
global
菜，
being
你的队友不会
offset
生
is
气
not a
吧，
big deal,
哥
but
哥啊？
it is useful in this match for sure. The power of silencer. We haven't felt it much, but
Tower won't last
trying to cover his team, give them advantages. EG's still farming well.
A lot of couriers that just died here.
Oh wow,
Yeah, EG's just killing every courier. They're very angry at their owner.
they're putting wolves in the lane, and then they're putting monkey in the trees. So when they go in the trees to hide the wolf threat, there's a monkey threat waiting for you.
Old bait switch. Big stack though getting taken by OG. The family that farms together stays together.
Good item.
Neutral item pinata effect, where everything just falls out from that one stack of camp.
Rofo, Brigand's Blade, Sumail catching up in net worth pretty well, sitting at 7.5. Not too surprising. Ursa usually farms decently well with this common diffusal build. Not as good as the old Battle Fairy days, but it's just too greedy. So Sumail's also been able to catch up despite the slightly rough laning stage due to all the odd-bed rotations. But top net worth, it's Thompson's at just out of about 10k. Glyph gets popped, but they're not leaving. They're definitely going to take this one as well.
Nice efficiency too. They end up digging up one of the bounty runes. They'll be able to bottle it and then just heal up as well. What do you think, dear? Are we going to see a base crack in 20 minutes?
Radiant's top tower
It was kind of looking like it right there, but they want to defend their tier 1
Going
if they
back,
can.
Soxa, first one to show up. Trying to push them off. Rooted into place. Arteezy wants his kill. Should be. Oh no, they've got the snowball. It's going to be able to just roll right back on over. And Sumail's ready with the Chronosphere. Starts whacking away over on this Ember Spear. Does he have enough damage to the matches? He does. Seth joining up there. Now the follow-up. Thompson finds Fly. Will get a kill there. And No Tail with that overgrowth. They've got the reload. No Tail most likely going to die. Although maybe he's not. He's actually still alive. Arteezy is the one who's going to get tables turned on him. Wolves, though, chewing all on this wood. You know, they like a big stick, but doesn't matter. Seb being the Wambulance, coming in hot and keeping No Tail alive.
OG just making the plays. They're doing moves that seem kind of dangerous at the start. Like Soxa runs into 4 heroes, and I'm like, all right, I haven't seen a team do this all tournament. Like, be careful, you know, be aggressive by yourself. But it bought them time. It bought him a circumstance with the defensive snowball. He knew his limits. EG gets a little overbaited. Then Sumail does a solo Chronosphere, and I'm like, surely this isn't good. Like, where's the damage fall? There's nothing. But he got just enough damage in there to kill the Ember. And then from there, it was just dominoes falling, man. They set it up so well with these aggressive moves, and EG half commits and loses a little bit more advantage.
Looking like their TI form. Abed. Got 2 things going. Crit looking in the back line. They want to get rid of Seb. They realize that he's very, very important. There's the silence. They should be able to finally take him out. Thompson putting out some more damage over onto Fly. Has to be careful. There's plenty of EG heroes in this area. Of course, he does have the Aegis, though. He's feeling very, very powerful. Look at the damage he's just outputting. Fly barely able to stand here. One more hit, he's going to get taken down. Stops on the back lines. Gets taken out by Arteezy. The follow-up now, Thompson. This Aegis is going to get popped, my friend. As the rest of EG wait patiently for him to come right back up, and they will give him a big old bear hug, and he's not going to be able to teleport out in time.
Was a good try, but the Ursa's damage is too high here. And without the IO, Gyro got some effective damage in, but I can't help but think he was just being a little bit too resource careful. He could have used Diffusal Blade to keep the Silencer slightly more to the right, but he went for the dive, and it took a little bit too long to kill Silencer there, as a result losing Aegis. So there are moments where your aggressiveness is going to hurt you. That was one of them for OG, losing legitimately like 2 to 3k from those deaths right at the end.
A lot of these back and forth fights. We've got around a 1k net worth lead going to the side of OG. Just been scrapping, I feel like, non-stop. Yeah, I have not seen them chill and just go farm really at all, other than Arteezy occasionally hitting a camp.
Where's Sumail? Sumail hit a lot of creeps the first like 15. After the laning stage, he just needed to catch up a little bit. He's almost got his BKB now, so he'll be all right. But Fly maybe.
Fly again. Soxa and Seb making their way over. Walrus punch with the tag team. That is a kill for Soxa.
Pickoffs, plate mail on IO as well. It's going to help cover him against the Ursa with the Dragon Scale as well. More regen, more armor. He just wants to be able to survive because he knows he's the most vulnerable guy. But he's in a good place. The fact that he feels comfortable buying armor and not just like Ghost Scepter, don't let you hit me at all, means that he's feeling okay about his net worth. It's going to overall make it harder for Ursa to get kills on him as the game continues. He's got armor right now. After this Lotus Orb, I bet he buys a heart or something like that just to really amp up his HP. And that's when Ursa's going to feel like a wet noodle. First like 10.
Gold for me.
By coming out from OG, they know that Abed is nearby. Sumail, smoke will pop. Go forward. No, it's all zipped away. Hunt.
Never refuse gold given.
There's no one else really home down in this area. We have, of course, the Wild Bear. Thompson popping the BKB, turns right back around. Walk outside of the Monkey King ultimate. Wolves should be able to deny the Invis rune.
Pretty well done. Trading Monkey support ulti for Gyro BKB is great. The global silence being lost is a little bit rough. It did save Crit's life, though. Rocket Barrages would have given.
Thompson gets hit Boundless. Arteezy coming in hot here. No Tail. Waiting patiently. And go back in if necessary. Look at that hit off. But these Wolves are crunching away over at Thompson. They're going to have to push him out. In comes Seb, though. Followed with the overgrowth. They've got the snowball. Can they control Abed? It's looking pretty darn good. But he got the Yules. Do they have it? Can they get it? Yes.
Well,
Diffusal pays off. He did not have enough money to throw the Remnant right away, so he's forced to Sleight of Fist. It wasn't enough time to get him out. So great punish there. It looked pretty iffy for Thompson there. Another really crucial move was when Ursa jumped forward to go on him. Thompson used Diffusal Blade, so he couldn't gap close that last like 200, 300 units, and thus wasn't hitting Thompson. He was on top of him, Arteezy would have been super happy to continue fight, but he realized that slow. It was not a good time to pop Ursa ulti. He tries to disengage, he pops it anyways, and then Abed eventually gets collapsed on by the rest of OG covering top.
So I know that we have the BKB picked up on Arteezy. I think it's exceptionally needed when you consider what's being thrown at them. But I still feel like they're being very efficient and able to fight him.
They are. BKB is going to help a lot. It's going to allow him to save and rage until he really needs it, like pre-Chronosphere, or to lower status resistance on some big stun. It's absolutely going to help. He needs it. Otherwise, there's just too much disable that's going to mess with him. Overgrowth, for example. You can't necessarily, like, he wants to save, he could BKB, Overgrowth comes out, then he enrages afterwards. You need both, basically.
They have vision over on Abed.
Dire's top tower is under
You have to go through this backdoor protection. The creep's not quite there just yet. No tail. Teleport away. No, he's going to stay here. Root Void into place, but look at this heal coming out from Seth.
Mech and the other items. Survivability of these guys is huge. Taking turns, Tether, and everybody.
Push them away.
Well, this is 4 minutes later than last game, but they're going to play this one safer. Look at the top
They
push.
back off. They do smoke play, though. They're going to go for the reload. Silence over. Ice already in that wolf form.
Nicely done.
So, gonna back off. He's gonna get chased down by the zoo if he's not careful. But while this is going on, they still have it. Oh, nice boundless though, coming out from crit, slows them down. Arteezy joining into the fight. Tops him a little bit slow. Throw down the Nature's Grasp if they try to follow. But look at the Seb is just constantly keeping them at least 90% health or more, it seems.
They end up defending the tower. It looked a little hairy. The global did save Ice for sure. Tusk was able to catch up. It very possibly would have been a kill, but they hold him off. But the Black Dragon heads back towards the top lane, so
crit.
threatened.
regeneration.
Time up in the air here for Thompson. They just cannot seem to get them to leave. Arteezy realizing, okay, I guess I'll go Roche. He's trying to figure out what on earth he needs to do because OG is knocking and they are coming at you with a battering ram at this point. There is no denying them into your base.
So that's gonna be right. They just don't feel comfortable fighting into it. It's too difficult. But they get the Aegis, unfortunately a little bit later than they would have liked, but it's a good thing to do for Arteezy, honestly. The fact that he can just solo Roche on his hero, perfect for this game circumstance. He would have loved to do it last game, for example. He's like, we're not fighting this, so I might as well get some good objective. And getting Aegis is a good thing. Starts the timer, gets the next one up faster. Lycan's finished Ags now. It's okay for them to lose a Rax at this point. In fact, they are ahead in net worth. So this might look a little reminiscent of last game. It's not the same. He's done a great job keeping their net worth on all of their heroes. Those early Abed rotations stopped it from getting out of control, but this one, also going to work.
Abed immediately says, absolutely not. But yeah, I would say definitely. They also have, more potential to be able to push out lanes. Very mobile, right over on the side of EG. You've got a Lycan that continuously, tapping at the door. And of course, you've got Abed on the Ember Spirit.
He's much safer to push the side lanes for at least until OG gets some disable item, but I'm not sure if they will. They're very much planning for high ground forced confrontation things.
Toying a little bit with Abed. Good off over on the side. Considering. Let's have the Blink Dagger. Force forward over onto No Tail. Global Silence, not going to be enough to save the tree. IO now, Seb, there it is. There's a Chronosphere coming out from Samel. Seb going to tether back over to Thompson. Gets the flap off. Not quite enough damage though to finish off with that Chronosphere. These dogs are just chopping away over at Seb. He's still quite healthy though. Gonna back off though. The Monkey King ultimate slowing them down. Soxa trying to fight through. He cannot do it. Got the living armor over on Seb. Not going to be enough to save him as well. EG coming in fierce, but Thompson with the BKB flies, taking so much. So is Arteezy. He is going to pop as will fly. He's coming back up again. Abed, though, slicing away over at the side. Will be able to take down Samil to find another kill over on No Tail. Soxa is not looking good either.
She's playing this fight
No ball up. Soxa with the Essence Ring. They'll jump forward. It's a triple kill now for Arteezy. Thompson forced to just immediately teleport away down in the bottom lane.
Incredible fight for me. They just played the poke game so well there. They move in, they put some pressure on the tree who's a little out of position. OG's thinking, we gotta save this guy. They put some effort into it, and the moment that Lotus Orb got used on tree to save him from the slow on Ursa runs in, Diffusal Blades him, Lotus gets used, then there's Global Silence. So now it's you can't remove the heal, or remove the silence from Io to cover him. There's the clip once again. There's the disable. They're going to stun him. Watch for the Diffusal Blade. That's going to slow him. The Lotus Orb comes out. Instant global silence, so they clean up that kill. Now, he can't retether, so he's taking damage. They have to chrono here, but there's not much damage follow-up. And Seb is trying to help Ursa be effective, but they didn't have much catch-up. And again, Seb tethering away. Okay, he's going to be all right here. But a hairy moment here for him. Did relocate briefly to the fountain because they need to get here as soon as possible, but that was just looking for kills, so that'll buy them time for their team to respawn. No chrono just yet, though. Great fight for EG. 7k gold advantage, cost some Aegis, but that was about it.
Take a look at this Dota Plus win probability. We're looking 59% to 41. A big shift here.
No, it's looking good for him. The Lycanthrope Ursa was really terrifying. Again, the max movement speed is hard to deal with for OG. They're playing with a lot of slows. They have some disables, of course, but Ursa has the solutions to those now with the BKB. He's also got the shard as a result of that last one fight, so more enrages for free on this guy.
I think this goes differently if in the last fight, when they landed that Chronosphere, Thompson wasn't sitting in the bottom part of the river.
Yep.
But
they were a little too spread out. He needed to be there to like DPS from the start, hopefully. But even if he was there, it was probably Ursa that's the guy that's taking the damage. And even if you kill him, he's still there just to respawn. So I don't know if it would have made that big of a difference. The biggest thing is just that tree died pretty quick.
all the pings going on with Foxa. Just walking past RTZ, gives him a little love tap. Throws out a couple spells because guess who's on his way? It's Sumail. He's looking to get out as much damage as he can. They'll go for the Chronosphere, ends up, holding Fox into place. Global Silence comes out, though. Abed zipping through. This is not looking good, though. They'll get the kill on RTZ. Lots of these slides coming out from Abed now. They're holding him into place. Again, there's going to be a Yules. Seb joining back in. He's going to be able to heal up. They'll chase after this Ember, but they just can't quite get their hands on him. Too difficult. So for Bash, open. No, he's not going to be able to get there fast enough. Seb will go for a reload.
That was the return of the reload shown up for that fight. Very helpful, but I'm surprised Sumail was able to do enough damage. I don't even know if they used tagged there. It wasn't on cooldown after the Ursa was dead, so it just kind of seemed like Sumail alone, and everybody ran into it, but it was more than enough.
What sort of prize is
and another item being picked up soon for Arteezy. His death is going to slow it down a bit, but wants to get Scotty, and Scotty's going to be really good against Io. He's a ranged hero that loves healing. It's the perfect item against him. Going to be really good against Gyro as well, so timing's coming up here for EG, but that kill actually really closed the net worth up.
Is under attack.
Advantage going over to the side of EG.
Tower is under attack.
Dire's top tower is about to take the plunge.
Side of OG. Reevaluate, probably wanting to wait the Overgrowth and the Chronosphere come up when the EG, again, they want that Scotty, but they also have a better skirmishing ability if they find someone who's out of place. In fact, they actually go for the smoke play, because they understand that these big cooldowns, or big ultimates, are now on cooldown. Also, time to strike.
Radiant are
Take advantage of how just skirmishy they are.
They've got pretty good grab potential. Nacy and Lycan is great auras, which output.
Look at how they back. They're like, no one is showing on the map here. They've got to be
for enemy.
going for the smoke. They go for the scan. Immediately find where they are over in the triangle position.
A break smoke, ready to force staff high ground in case anybody gets spotted here. Play it safe. They know they're still, both teams very much still in the game, but in this exact moment, until they see EG, they're going to be scared. And the upside to EG, summon the push. They don't have to know where they are, they just know there's someone. Sumail going to show on the creep wave.
Doubt by Crit, spending that time in the tree. Very good from OG, actually standing in front. However, they know now that there is a smoke.
Oh, big
The
grab.
shards coming out over on the side though. RTZ, is he going to be able to finish off No Tail? Yes, they are. Global Silence will pop as well. Crit on the back lines with the Monkey King Ultimate. It's going to be the next one to fall. Seb got himself a Ghost Scepter, so he's going to stay alive a little bit longer. The chase is on. Beautiful Chronosphere coming out from Sumail, as they're going to be able to hold this there in place. They'll take down RTZ. They'll be able to go and take down Ice, and they're waiting super patiently here because they would love to get their hands on Abed. Most likely going to fall. It's an amount of damage. They just don't have any more hold. Grab Abed.
Great fight for OG there in the end. The tree did die pretty quick, but I caught the top half of the fight. They ended up hitting ice shards on Crit hiding in the trees. He anticipated where he was going to be. But with that vision, Crit couldn't jump away. He had to jump down. Ice shards trapped him in. They were able to kill him right at the start.
But trying to go for this dodge. Thompson is not afraid at all. Just runs on into the base. There's no buildings in that bottom part, my friend. You might have to redirect your attention. Mail and Sab make their way over to mid. This is looking like they'll be able to get a decent amount of damage, perhaps even take some of these racks too.
The fact that they were able to Chronosphere on top of both wolves, especially when BKB was so big. If they get too much out of it, second racks here would be great.
It's trying very hard to try to push them back. They're going to pull these flights, but there's just too much damage coming out from these three. Rather, too much damage coming out from two, and then, of course, the support of Seb amplifying that.
Rax finishes really nice for them. Spider legs now and up. That'll be great. More movement speed, and he can get away more safely if he is not tethered to his. That kind of time is what he needs to be survivable against a hero like Ursa. They even unblock the large camp, now knowing that this is our space. We get to control here. But now they get scouted by this wolf as a result. They're going to go in for the fight.
For their own smoke play. Chris, though, jumping onto the trees. That's sliding around. Samael, find the opening. Hit off. Silence over on the side. They'll go turn around on ice. Poor Arteezy here. He's going to try to chop away over at Thompson. And he's just going to have to run away. He cannot stand toe-to-toe. Abed, though, putting the pressure over on Soxa. Looks like they should be able to find this kill.
All right. Not bad for EG. We get 2 kills in the end. Once again.
No, the missile.
It's doing so much damage. How do they fit so many rockets in a rocket?
Okay, BKB comes out from Sumail. He's going to try to man-fight Crit here. Rest of the team standing nearby. They'll be able to take down the Monkey King. Tossed out by Fly. He's trying to hide over here, trying to use the trees to his advantage. Too much damage out the Essence Ring, too. Will get hit. Thompson joining right back in. Chronosphere comes out from Sumail. Won't be able to hold Abed into place. Turn around. Seb looking to just get the tether out, but Sumail's doing so much damage to ice. Even going, they take down the courier, though, on the back lines. Global Science coming again. Gonna try to fight here with Abed. This is not looking good, though, for Sumail. Eventually, he does get slain, and they'll find Seb.
That was so well played by Ice, actually, because it looked rough for Arteezy. Arteezy on the Ursa. He ran in, he starts killing the IO. IO pops Ghost Scepter. He's like, all right, I gotta change targets. Goes for the Gyro. Gyro's running away at pretty good movement speed, and it looked like he wasn't gonna be able to get him. But Ice was microing his wolves to guarantee that the Gyrocopter could not get away. Sumail's dive in here, gets the bash, which guarantees Crit's death, and they're thinking, let's get more. This looks great for us. They're chasing after Fly, of course, with the rocket. And the follow-up looks pretty solid, but here's the moment. Ursa jumps in the backline, doesn't get hit by Chrono, goes for Seb. Ghost Scepter gets used. Now he's like, oh, I gotta go kill Thompson. Defusal is used. Watch as Thompson's about to start getting away, but look at the wolf blocking. It guarantees that Arteezy gets that kill on the carry. He's able to rejoin the fight and help guarantee that Sumail goes down too. Really nicely done by Ice to micro during the chaos of that fight. He knew what the important hero was, and it was killing Thompson.
That opens the door now for EG. They were able to go and procure themselves the Aegis. They put the cheese on Abed. Pretty happy right now. I can't tell you, the swings of net worth in these fights are absolutely insane. Second to go is a 1K lead advantage for OG. Now we're up to 11K on the side of Evil. No, we're getting the entertaining match that we were
really
expecting.
Are. And that was, I think, a free shard as well. Looks like it went to Ember Spirit, I'm pretty sure. Since he's got one now. Not the most commonly purchased, but if it's free, heck yeah, go for it. It's really nice, especially if you throw it on somebody, because it does damage while it flies. It'll interrupt Blink Deck. Normally where they see the Remnant coming, they're like, get out! Now you don't have to worry about that.
Residents over the Dire Jungle. Step out.
我不理解，我不理解。
It's just really difficult to fight an agent. Plus the shards, the net worth advantage is bigger. Thompson's got a butterfly now, which is really great to have. Versus going to struggle killing him now for the rest of the game. Monkey King is going to feel useless against him in a lot of cases. So Thompson's the scary one. Sumail's not too bad either though, but Scotty, Maelstrom wants to get butterfly, but he's got a lot of time to it. Great pushing out the side lanes with the sumps, but unfortunately there's a big old black dragon that's going to cut this wave anyway, so... But they do have Rack's advantage on 2 lanes, so that's going to give them a lot of space here.
Shenanigans for sure. Continuing to farm up over in the jungle, effectively pinning OG into the base, except for when they have the relocate. Thompson, though, taking a glance out. RTZ running, they've got the refusal. Has to be careful, though. There it is, there's a Chronosphere from Sumail. He was very, very patient. They want to try to burst down this Ember Spirit, and it looks like they're going to be able to do it. They turn right back around again, too, and they'll find the kill. Abed, though, going right back into the fight. Doesn't want to be left behind. Crit over on the side. They drop the Monkey King ulti, and the 4-step over onto No-Tail. We'll be able to buy him just a bit more time. Thompson, though, left behind. Over here on the side, he needs the help from Step. Does Step have the heals, though? Is he going to be able to keep him alive? No, he's not! As EG just starts charging over at OG. That's so good by just a bit more time, but the slide forward, Step will fall. No-Tail will fall, too. And Sumail will be forced to run back into his own base, leaving Saksa behind.
They reacted so well to the Chronosphere. Instant ulti from Arteezy.
Oh my goodness. Arteezy just leapt right onto Sumail. He wants blood. He's hungry. He wants this.
He knows. They can pressure, absolutely. It's hard for Sumail to do anything right now. Only 2v5. Good luck fighting this one. Got everything they want. Refresher Orb on cooldown for Ember, but that buyback from Abed was huge. Basically,
They're just going for the finish here.
I mean, they should. There's no buybacks yet. It's a bit of a reveal here.
Bit of a reveal. Might be a bit of an understatement. Look at the damage. Foxy's trying everything. Got Snowball. They're going to try to just punch up into the air, but they're just going to get absolutely eradicated. The GG gets called, and Evil Geniuses will take the game number 2.
Massive, excellent game, I gotta say. EG played this one so well. Once again, laning stage went a bit rough.